Welcome ERA to May ZapTV. So happy to have you guys joining us. Just going to give you a little bit of housekeeping, and then we have a super special guest with us today. The text number to text any questions is 321-300-7759. So please send in your questions. I will encourage you to text them just because that's the best way we'll actually be able to see them. And then just the last piece, as usual, this will be available to rewatch within about 48 hours of the broadcast. So go right back to era.zapbroadcast.com and you can rewatch it. So I'm going to introduce my special guest, and then we have actually, we'll say hi to some other folks that are watching. So super excited. Actually, let me, I'm not used to running everything, so get caught up. So I'm going to welcome Dawn Perry, the Senior Vice President of Marketing for ERA. So thank you so much for coming. It's awesome to have you. So Dawn is actually going to show you a couple things. We have some slides that we're going to show you, but before then, we actually have, we're Facebook Living, and we're live on YouTube. So super excited. We're simulcasting 3 ways. So it's awesome. So happy everybody. But I will go back to the text. Do our best to watch Facebook certainly with comments or questions. But if you really have something you want to ask, make sure we text that in because we can see that right on the computer. So just so you know that. But otherwise, I'll hand it over to Dawn and let her work through her little spiel. So,
My little spiel.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he really did a hard sell on the special guest. So
no, absolutely. We're excited. We're super excited to have you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because the stuff you need to hear from is from Wayne. So I'm just going to give you a quick update, a couple insights of things that might help you with your business, and then we'll pivot back to what you're going to cover.
Perfect.
Okay? So this is my first time doing this. Let's make sure I know what I'm doing. So here's the slide. Okay. So many of you who are used to Zap have seen a slide like this before. You can see the gray bar that's floating along. This is shows the increase of units closed. The gray bar is the NAR average. This is 2016 to 2017, so a full year of data. And like I said, we've said this before at ERA, that when you engage in Zap, and you can see at the bottom the logins, 1 to 2, 6 to 10, and 10 plus, you have a higher chance of closing more business when you use Zap. And so I'm thankful that you guys are joining today. 7.5 times more for those of you who log in or engage 10 or more times in a given month. Okay? So I'm excited about that. And what I want to tell you now is just to remind you, and I know you've seen it, if some of you are on Facebook, you've seen some of the things that we offer. I want to talk about this campaign. This is U plus ERA. This ad here that you can see on the screen, this is Seth from ERA Evergreen. And he took the customized ads that we have, the U plus ERA campaign. And what he did was he put his own face in the campaign.
That's awesome.
You all have excellent headshots, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll show you in a second how you can go and customize that, but you can make it okay for your local market. And then when we talk about digital advertising with Zap, then all the stuff that you're going to share today, including the app, will be helpful. Okay,
perfect.
So let's.
Good job, Seth. By the way.
Yep. Yes, Seth. Thank you. I use that all the time, Seth. So I appreciate it. Maybe we should go live into Facebook so I can show where they can find that. Okay?
Absolutely. We'll go live, and Dawn is going to talk about a couple things. So we're live in Facebook.
Okay. So I'm just going to close this real quick. So this is the ERA Marketing Network. The Marketing Network is a resource for, goes without saying, all things marketing, right? So with that, though, I want to show you, if you scroll down here, pinned to the very top is a post by yours truly, and it says U plus ERA. This link right here provides all kinds of great resources to customize this campaign. Anything from digital ads to page ads to different photography that you can use in the campaigns to customize. And as with everything at ERA, completely collaborative. If you have any questions or you need insight, you can just put a comment right here and someone will get back to you. But I want to scroll down to something here that Dave Shaw created the other day. And we're not going to play it here, but basically this is building a Facebook lead gen campaign in 3 minutes. Now, I will tell you, unless you're really good at this stuff, 3 minutes, you might have to pause this a couple times and then go back. But it's really exciting because something that they launched recently, we're going to talk about in a second, is some tracking mechanisms on Zap. So this is thrilling, right? So you can create your own campaign, and then we have a quick video here to show you how to run a campaign on Facebook. Okay?
Yes, yeah, that was awesome for Dave, and I did watch it twice. I'm not even actually doing an ad, but I watched it twice just because, you know, to sort of get that down. So I love it. That's awesome, Dave.
So let me just jump back to the PowerPoint. Oh, we're going to do an expert update.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, hit one more. Hit one more.
Hit one
and then
more.
we're actually
Okay,
going to talk
there we
about.
go.
We'll bring that full screen, buddy. There you go.
Okay, perfect. So one of the things that I was just talking about with the ad campaign is that now Zap has heard you. We have been asking for a while for some tracking mechanism at the agent level. So this just came out in the release, I believe it was yesterday,
last
right?
night,
So hot
last
off
night.
the presses. So full disclosure, if you have a lot of questions, I would encourage you to go to the community about this because it's fairly new. But I want to just direct you to the bottom left square where it says what's new. We have the opportunity to provide tracking, Google Analytics tracking and Facebook tracking now at the agent and the broker level. So if you mind, we go back into Zap. I can show you where you can find that on your Zap dashboard.
Absolutely. So we'll just switch to going live, buddy.
There we go. Okay, so you are currently on Alan's dashboard. If I go to Alan's website, and we scroll down, beautiful flowers. We're going to scroll down. Oh, you know what? You're not in a live environment probably, right? Oh, yours is over here.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes it comes up in this area right here, which is what I was looking at before, and now we have website tracking here. So if you just hover over this, it gives you a little insight. You know, if you'd like to use Google Analytics on your website, copy and paste your tracking ID here. And for the Facebook pixel, the same thing. If you'd like to use a Facebook pixel, track conversion on your Facebook advertising, copy and paste it here. And like I said, if you need some specific instructions on how to find these on your sites, put a shout out in the community or on our Facebook page and we will help you. Everybody's set up a little bit different, so it's hard to answer on the fly here, but we're happy to do that after the fact.
Awesome.
All right?
Perfect.
So that's basically the information I was going to share.
Perfect. That's good stuff too. You know, I mean, the analytics and the Facebook pixel, I mean, I cannot tell you when I'm out there how many agents are just like, you know, I just do Facebook ads. And if you haven't done Facebook ads or haven't yet, don't be afraid to reach out to the ERA group and they can walk you through it. I know Dave Shaw is a genius at it, and he can make it simple for you and just let you know why you should do it.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, it's awesome. So great updates. I just wanted to make sure you guys got those.
Yeah.
So, and Dawn's going to stick around for just a couple minutes. So if anyone does have any questions or keep the shout outs coming, either text or on Facebook Live, and we'll just we'll keep going here now. So I'm going to talk about just a couple of the other updates that we have. Of course, the pixels in the Google Analytics are big, but actually two more pieces that have recently come out. I just want to make sure you guys are aware of them. It is so simple to do a property insight now, either on your phone or on the desktop. You know, I don't want to say it was just needed some more information prior, so it doesn't really pertain to the mobile app today. But just wanted to make sure you guys know just exactly how how up to date and easy they are to do it, and they continue to be powerful for the agents that are doing them. So I'm going to go live and just show you how simple.
That
I'm
helps
go on
hit
my,
that 10 number too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You want to get those 10 engagements. That's one of the ways.
Exactly. In the engage, the Google or the analytics that you saw about 7.5 times more than our average. I mean, that's crazy. That's this part. This is a piece of it. So again, just want to show you. You know, if I hit that plus ad at the top, and this is where it's always been, and just choose New Agent Insights and then New Property Insights, you'll see this is the first screen that pops up, and I just need to search for a property. So, I mean, I could either do an address or start just a street name. But if I just click that property, you will see that all I have to do right now is leave the insight. Like, I don't need to pick the date and say it was completed and attach a contact. So now I can just simply leave that insight. And when I hit save in the lower right-hand corner, that will be posted to my personal website as a property I've toured, and I will be on the national detail page at the national level.
Right.
So
That's great.
I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that it was that simple to do those. And then one other thing I want to show you before we get into the apps as a whole is we have a shareable URL. So very simple. This actually will allow us to just do any search. And I'm going to just follow this through. So I'm just going to go to era.com. And I'm just going to do just a generic search with for whatever I want. So I'm just going to do one zip code. You will see that 10 properties come up in this zip code in Bemis Point. What we have the ability to do as an agent now is actually grab this search and post it, share it, text it, email it, whatever I want to do, but have it branded to me when that person clicks on the link. So that's the key, is actually having it come back to me as the agent. And them have, if they ask a question, it comes to me as a new lead. So an awesome way to, we talked about Facebook posts or ads and boosting them. This is crazy that you could say, hey, this is everything available in a school district or a zip code or price range, anything you want, but yet have everything come back to you.
Yeah,
so very
fantastic.
Simple. And I did a simple search, but if I just, you'll see the URL at the very top is highlighted blue. If I simply right click and copy that, what I've done is copied that search. If I post that somewhere, someone will click on it and they'll get every house available in Bemis Point. But it will not be branded to me. So the one step I have to do to make it branded is if I just come back to the dashboard, so now I'm in Zap, I'm going to hit this plus add just like I did earlier. But this time I'm going to go to the very bottom and it just says new shareable link. And you'll see this box pops up. It tells you what to do. It says paste any property or search URL. So what I'm going to do is that one I just copied, I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to simply click this get link. And when I click that get link, it is copied. Now, wherever I paste that URL, if I go to Facebook and say, hey, check everything out in Bemis Point and paste that URL, somebody can click on it today, tomorrow, a week from now, and get every house available in Bemis Point, and again, everything branded to me.
Wayne, that's phenomenal. A lot of people have been asking for that too. There used to be a backdoor way of doing that. This is so much easier, and it's really going to help if you do those campaigns, because then you can, say you're an expert in a particular market or a particular neighborhood. Now you can do searches directly for that and show your extrantees. That's phenomenal. So easy.
And then doing the ad to promote. It's just kind of a full circle where I'm branding and marketing myself.
Right.
Than just generic searches. So it was actually in our top 3 of overall requests since Zap started. So I'm glad, it's not like we were waiting, it's a process, but we're good with that. So. It's real quick, the Google Analytics or Facebook Pixels. So I'm going to show you one page that will get you more information. And then if you need anything on top of that, definitely don't be afraid to reach out to ERA or Dave. I'm sure they could help you more. So I'll go live in on my computer and just show you. If I click this support button on the left-hand side and just go to the top where it says Support Center, this is an awesome page to just know it exists. So if I just scroll down through, you'll actually see there's a Numbers Don't Lie article. And you'll see Ashley posted it. If I click that, this is actually the updates that happened last night. And you will see that we are discussing the Google Analytics, and then you'll see the Facebook Pixel right here. Just know that anytime you see the blue writing, that is a clickable link. So, it says information on setting up your pixel. So you can click on that and get more information from there. So that's how I'd encourage you to learn more about it and see if it's right for you to do, is just on that Zap support page. Okay, so I think we're going to get live in the show with the app and start talking about it. And,
Great.
Thank you so much for
thank
coming.
you. Thank you. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
so happy to have Dawn. She
This
flew
was
in.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
gotta
you can
come
come down, you bump somebody else that's in
That's
another
it,
one
that's
and,
it.
and come down and see us.
Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All
Good
right.
seeing you.
And you
Take
know,
care.
anybody, you can reach out to me as well on Facebook or anybody in the marketing team. Happy to help.
Yep. And I will say one more thing about that ERA Marketing Network on Facebook that we showed. Unbelievable collaboration and sharing on that. It's open to anybody that's part of the family,
Yep.
the ERA family. So, you know, just join it and just watch the thread. I watch it every day with the brokers and the agents in all of ERA, just constantly helping each other. So it's one of my favorite pages.
I agree, and there's 2 other pages. If you are a broker, there's a ERA Broker Network as well as an Agent Connection network on Facebook as well. So you know, those are a little bit more business-related groups, if you will, not just marketing. You know, we like the marketing group. You know, I have to say that.
Yeah.
But I will say there's a lot of idea sharing and information sharing. Specifically, if you don't, can I take 2 seconds?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
In the agent group, we're doing a crowdsourcing of listing presentations, buyer presentations. So check those out, guys, because you can see what other people are doing across the country, and you might, you know, this is ERA. We borrow ideas from one another, so maybe you'll find something that works for you.
What makes it special? So
it was great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
So we are going to just get into the show now. We're going to talk about the consumer app. So we're actually going to talk about the Zap app and the consumer app. And there's a ton of shout outs I'm going to do, but I'll catch up with those in a minute. So by the way, obviously you were seeing that I am by myself today. Dan is out of town, so it's just me today. So sorry about that. But so we're actually going to get into talking about really both of the apps. The consumer-facing ERA app that you have that is completely branded to you. And then, of course, the Zap app, which helps you run your business while you're on the run. So we're going to kind of mix the conversation with both of those. And we're actually going to start with how easy it is to share your branded app. So, so above 70% of our consumers want or require their search to be on an app. That's what they want. So we actually, we know there are some out there, some other companies, but we actually have a chance to get one in their hands on their phone that is completely branded to us. So it's essentially a no-brainer. So we're actually going to go through how to share it. Now, there's several ways that we can share it, and then we'll actually get into what your consumers see. So we'll start with, and we do have. So real quick with the Pixel and the tracking ID, those are actually set up with Facebook and Google. So you'd actually have to go through that process to get those set up to be able to get that ID to be able to monitor it. So that is all in that support page. So definitely, if you're interested, again, reach out to that support page, or even Dave or somebody at ERA will help you kind of work through that. So hopefully that answers your question. So now just going live on the phone, and I'm trying to keep up with Facebook Live as well, so thank you for all the shout outs. But I'm actually just going to go back to the Zap app. So I'm going to start with how do we share the one that's right next to it, that ERA real estate app, where I can just go look for a house. So if I open up the Zap app, the light blue one, and you guys should all have this on your phone, this will actually allow you to run your business without being in front of your desktop or laptop. So very important that you guys know that this exists, and it will help you day to day. But really what I want to do right now is share my mobile app with a customer that's in my database. So you'll see at the very bottom, there's you'll see the menu at the bottom, the dashboard is lit up, and to the right of it, there's a contacts button. So I could either search for a contact, or if the first person comes up, Wayne and Mindy. So I'm going to just say, hey, I want to get my personally branded mobile app to Wayne and Mindy. How can I easily do that? So very simple. If I just click on Wayne and Mindy's name, it'll actually bring up their profile, and I could certainly learn a lot of information about them, what they may have been looking at. But really, I want to share my mobile app with them. You'll see in the upper right-hand corner, when you pull up any profile's name on the Zap app, you'll see 3 little dots. If I just click on those 3 little dots, you'll see a menu comes up. In the last 2 are I want to share my mobile app via email, or I want to share my mobile app via text. So either one works. If you share it via email, they need to open up that email on their phone, because they'll be prompted to go right to the App Store or the Play Store and download your ERA mobile app. So the text obviously makes sense, but whichever works for your contacts, for your customers. But it's that simple. If I just click send it via text, you'll see a message comes up. I can change the message quick if I want. What do I want to say to this person? Maybe I don't need it to be as formal. I know this person. But if I just hit send in the upper right-hand corner, it's actually just going to take me to my actual, my text app in my phone, the iPhone. And then that actually went out. You'll see in a second, I'll actually get a text. See, I just got a text. That will be the link to download my agent's ERA personally branded mobile app. It's that simple to get that ERA app into someone's hands. So I'm going to show you two other ways to do it. I sort of have a second way that I like to use, and it's just in certain circumstances. So to send it this way, I need the person in my Zap, which they should be, but I need them in there. So if I was to meet you, I would have, I could quick enter you into my Zap app and then share it. I just have one other way that I like to share it, and it's just some circumstances it just makes sense. So everyone has a notes section in their phone, and I just typed this note in my phone. I put a message for the easiest and most up-to-date way to search for a house. Click the link below. If I text this to someone and they click that yellow gold writing, where it's my app, they will be taken to the App Store and download my personally branded mobile app. And you'll see the key right below that is in capitals. I wrote sign up. Just know that if I text this to someone and get them to sign up, which they will, because they actually have to do that on other apps to get information. So when they sign up, they will actually come into your Zap as a new contact. A new lead. So just an easy way, and really all I need to get this sent to someone is I could just text it to them. So hey, I just need your cell number, and then you text it to them. They click that link, they go to the App Store, they sign up, they actually come into your Zap as a new lead. So, open houses, you meet somebody in the store somewhere, start a conversation, it's not the right time to grill them about a bunch of information, but hey, just give me your cell, I'll send you my app, and then sign up, and then we'll get started. So again, just a sort of a second way that we'll use to share that. So again, anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to throw them out. I'll keep an eye on them. So the one other way, so I'm just going to show you this just so you guys know, but I'm going to go live in my computer, and if I just, kind of the same thing, if I look under this contact, so it's Wayne and Mindy, and I just happen to be in my desktop, I want to share my app with them. If I hit this More button, so the More button, and we've seen it many times, and when I scroll down through, you'll see a link or a button that says Share My Mobile App link. So it's that simple. So you have three ways to get your personally branded ERA mobile app into somebody's hands on their phone. And then signing up is key, and then they're sort of linked and locked into you, and of course we're going to get into monitoring Zap scores and things like that at that point. So just wanted to make sure anybody has any questions about sharing that. Three ways: mobile app, personally just my note, but also from the desktop. So that easy to get that into somebody's hands. So I'm actually going to just show you where that mobile app URL is quick. So if I just go to my website, so I'm going to click my name in the upper right hand corner and just go to my website. We've all seen this page. If I just scroll down to just below the picture, on the right hand side, there's a mobile app URL. That's the exact mobile app that URL that I typed in my note. if I copied and pasted that in an email, in a text, on Facebook as an ad, check out my mobile app. That's the URL that I'm going to copy and paste somewhere so that someone can click on it and again download my app. So my website, upper right-hand corner, and then right below the picture, mobile app URL. And that's the mobile app URL that we have to get into our customers, contacts, anybody we know's hands, so they're linked to us. So any questions, let me know. We're going to just keep going now with the app. So we shared the ERA branded consumer-facing mobile app, and now what did we share? What does it look like? And I'm going to go live on my phone and show you guys exactly what we shared and sort of walk through this app with just some of the things that your customers can see, do, and check out on your app. And again, I wouldn't hesitate to try to get this in the hands of friends and family, and I have friends that'll share it for me, and things like that. So don't hesitate. But what we just shared is to the right. You'll see that ERA Real Estate app. And I opened this up, and we did have, I think we have a few folks from ERA Grizzard, which is close to us here, so thank you guys, but of course that's the default because they're close to here. But now, just let me, I'm going to just play around on this and just show you some of the things that your consumers can have as a tool for them looking for a house. So at the very bottom, this is the default screen, but just one over on the very bottom, you'll see a magnifying glass and it says search. So if I just hit search, you'll see that it located me. You always want to make sure you're located. In the middle of the screen, you'll see a dot, a blue dot with a white circle. That is where my phone is. So as a consumer, just realize, our consumers are probably looking on an app when they're at home, when they're at the office, when they're waiting at the doctor's office. Like they're gonna, they're even at home, they're not gonna go, well, let me get my laptop out and look for houses. They're gonna quick open their phone. So, just knowing, hey, this is where I am, but also, I could just scroll down and go, well, this is really where we're looking, because we're looking to move, a little bit further south, whatever. So, just know that this, you can obviously search, the entire United States on this app, but that's where the phone is. So, just a couple things to talk about. So on the right-hand side, you'll see three buttons, lower right-hand side. The first one says Layers. If I click that Layers button, I can do two things with this one tab. And the one I love the most is the satellite. So you'll see standard is the default. If I click satellite, this will actually Google Earth me. So now if I go to look at a house, I'm not just seeing lines, I'm actually seeing, well, there's the house, that's how close the neighbors are, there's the drive, there's trees, whatever I'm doing. So that allows me to, just have a better feel of a house I'm looking at. So that's one piece. And then if I go back to that layers button, the other piece, which obviously is extremely important to any of our customers that do have kids, are the schools. So if I just click all schools, what this will do is actually populate in there numbers where schools are. So, obviously as a customer, I may say, hey, I have to be near school 6. Like that's where I have to be. My kid goes there, he's gonna walk, whatever. So, just know that that's another piece that we can give our customers to give them information they need, but also make that search easier. The next piece, again, just playing around on this, you'll see at the very top, right below the ERA logo, there are two tabs. The one on the right says Show List. Just want to make sure you guys know that, if I didn't necessarily want to see a map, I could actually see what the houses look like in, just scrolling down through, and then maybe figure out if they fit in my area. I certainly could do a search to break this down, but just wanted to make sure you guys know that Show List works very well, and I can just go back and forth to map. And the next piece is just talking about your your customer setting up a listing alert on their mobile app. So it's really cool that they can just grab this thing, break down 3 bedrooms, 2 bath in this zip code, whatever the search is, and then save it all on their mobile app. So I'm going to show you that real quick by setting up in the upper right-hand corner, there's a filter button. So I can actually do a search based on any of this search criteria. So obviously I could go, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, in price, whatever the search is. And that dark bar at the bottom says apply filters. So I just lost a bunch of houses, but it's clearly what I'm looking for. So, so that's one way. And then one other piece I can add to that is, hey, I told you I need to be near school 6 right in the middle there. On the right-hand side, you're going to see a draw button, and it's got a hand. If I click that, whatever they want to do, but just as an example, if I circle around school 6 and go, well, that's where we can live, that actually will be, I can save that search. And if I just click Save Search in the upper left-hand corner, so just to the left of Show List, I could actually just, either I'm signed in, that would actually just save it for me. But of course, if I hadn't signed in yet, this would force me to. But that can be a saved search, and they'll actually get notifications when a house comes on the market in their search criteria and I drew a circle. It doesn't have to be a circle. It could be just a zip code. But whatever search, whatever new properties or price reductions, things like that come into, onto the market, they'll actually get a push notification right to the app. So awesome way for you to, again, just stay in complete contact with them, knowing that, they will search on an app for houses, and we have a personally branded one. And then the last one the last thing I want to show you is, I'm just going to clear this out just so I can get more houses. So again, there's me. And if I just simply click on any property, so there are a bunch of homes over here that are townhomes. So if I just click on any price, of course I'm going to get the listing information. So I actually get, as the customer, every picture that's in the MLS. Not bad size for being on a phone, but I could scroll down, scroll through those. And then the huge piece is I get every single bit of information that is in the MLS for this listing. So, not lacking any information. Another thing that our customers absolutely love is the cleanness and the clarity of this app. So it's easy to read. It's not, there's not too much information, so the writing is super small or jumbled up. This is very easy for a customer to get all the information they need. And again, I'm going to tell you that the huge key for us is at the very bottom, you'll see that dark blue request a showing. Guess who that comes back to? If I'm a customer on your app and have signed up and I say request a showing, guess who that comes to? That comes to you. So, easy for our customers to just push one button and go, let's see it, or even ask you a question. So super important that you guys know that. And the last thing I'm going to show you before we go into sort of analyzing back to the Zap app and analyzing Zap scores is in the upper right-hand corner, you will see 3 little icons of the picture. So right inside the picture, there's a heart. If I click that heart as the customer, that would actually be me saving this listing. So, I may say, well, you know what, I don't really want to see it yet. I don't really have any questions, but I'm going to keep this one on my radar. And that heart in the upper right-hand corner does that. The second one, probably can be one of my favorite buttons on the app. You'll see, let me see so now you can see a little bit better. So the second one under the heart is a box with an arrow. So when I click that box with an arrow, this allows me to share this listing via text, email, or put it on Facebook. So, as one buyer to the other, sharing it back and forth, check this listing out, the buyer sharing it with the agent sharing it with the buyer, like some way to go, hey, check this one out. I absolutely love the idea of just sending it in a text message. And if they or you have your mobile app on your phone, when they get this listing, if they don't have your mobile app, they'll actually be prompted to download your mobile app. So another key is bringing everybody you can or we can back to you. So know that that's a big piece. So so far we've learned how to easily share our mobile app, and secondly, we learned what they're seeing, how much they'll love it. And again, just randomly clicking on it, they'll drive by a home that's listed and just simply go, oh, I wonder how much that is. Oh, I wonder what it looks like inside. If they have your app on it, they can just click on it. Whether they're serious buyers or sellers or not, it just gives them a tool. And when they're signed in with you, they looked at it. Could have been just hey, I was driving by and was curious, or they could be thinking, you know what, we're not quite ready, but we're getting close. Let's look at some houses. But it we'll actually know, that they're doing that. So, okay, so shared the app and actually looked at it. Now we're actually going to go back to the Zap app and talk about, analyzing what our folks are doing. What, on our app, make sure we get signed up. How do we know what they're looking at, that they opened up our app, that they're saving houses. So we'll go back to, I'm going to close that one out. So I'll go back on my phone and just show you. So now we're just going to go back in the Zap app. And if you guys do not have this light blue Zap app, you can just go to the App Store, Play Store, and search Zap space CRM, and just download it. The login is the same as Leverage or to log into Zap, so it's the same login. But when I look at this, now Wayne and Mindy, I shared my app earlier. Now, why are they very high? So they appeared very high as a Zap score, and I want to know why. What are they doing for that? So if I just pull up their profile and just scroll down some, you will see that I can actually tell what they've been doing, like what makes you high, or very high. And then I can actually scroll down and see what the average of what they're looking at, and then you'll see city and neighborhood insights. This is where they're looking. They're looking in Chautauqua. It's the only zip code they've looked to this point. So that could be a surprise to me. There could be 5 zip codes there, and they only said they wanted to be in 1 or 2. But it's just giving us all this information about our contacts just because we shared our website or our mobile app with them. So very simple. So at the very top, just below Wayne and Mindy's name, you'll see the default is details. But if you just see the activity next to that and click on activity, you will see that this is a saved home. So they actually looked at this house and then took the time to save it. So again, giving us, and believe me, they did not call me as the agent and go, hey Wayne, we were on your app, we looked at Seven Haven, we liked it, we saved it, we don't have any questions. They're just doing this on their own, and we're just monitoring it just because because of the system and the analytics we have. So, but what this will do is allow me to reach out to this contact, to this customer, and simply say, hey, what's up? Or hey, how's it going? And just any conversation will likely lead to, hey, we were just thinking about you the other day. We've been looking, but didn't want to bother you. Whatever the conversation is. But this could be a buyer you're working with. It could be a buyer that's gone quiet for 4 months. It could be a past client that just is in your system, and you would have no idea that they were thinking about doing something until we watched a Zap score or they reached out to you. So that's the idea of sort of analyzing that. And then just all the way across, if any homes that they viewed, you would see. So super nice to have that information and have us just directly in contact with our customers, basically like no other agent has. So being able to hang on to them. So that this is one of the big pieces of the slide that Dawn showed earlier about Zap users having a larger increase than just NAR. This is just one piece of it. There are so many pieces of it, but this is one piece that is keeping our agents just completely glued to our customers, and that's the key. So we do have some questions, and I'm going to show you just a couple more things on that. But how do you change the search area? So I'm actually going to go to, let me check one other question, and so if I can. So how do you test to see when the link for wanting to look at a house is something the contact? So what I did, of course, I tell everybody this. I told Evan Russell this in near Boston. Test it. So I did a search, threw on an agent's name on the end of it, went to Facebook, posted it, kind of refreshed my browser so it kind of knew, really what you want to do is, for me to test it properly, is really want to just be, I will even go to another computer. Because the computers are so oh, I know you've been to that page, let me help you out. But I really want to get a clean copy. So grab somebody's phone and just say, go to Facebook, go to your page, click on the link, and see what you see. And the fact is that you should and will see the list of properties that you just did with your name on the outside. If you want to take it to the next step, you can click on a property and say, I want to see it, and make sure that comes back to you. So definitely, would test it, with yourself as a contact in the database, or a friend, and say, hey friend, click on that link, ask a question, make sure it comes back to me. So hopefully that helps you. I am going to, how do you change the area? So I will do that in a minute when I go back to my phone. And then let me just check this quick. What phone? I have an iPhone. I love it for this. I never have an issue. Android folks love their phones, so I don't think there's a particular phone. We still say that if we're ever on the website piece on a desktop or laptop, that Google Chrome works. Other than that, the phone is fine. The only thing we have seen is if you have an older phone, that may not be able to do as much or update. So if it's older, then you may want to look at something. But otherwise, any of the new phones, they all work the same. So. Okay, so I'm going to actually talk about just changing a search. So I said, I believe you mean that I said we can do a search across the country. So I'll actually go back to my phone real quick, buddy. And when I bring up the ERA app, one thing I can do is scroll. So, if I'm just going, so if I bring this out, I can scroll we really just want to be on, the Gulf Coast. So that's kind of an easier way, to do it. But if I want to go, I want to look in a certain zip code in California or wherever, then if I just click the magnifying glass in the upper left-hand corner, I can actually just type in, I'll just, whoops. I can just type in, so I'll just type in San Francisco or that, So I could do that, and this will actually take me to that zip code. So two ways that you can, if it's close, scroll down, but certainly if it's a zip code far away, you can just type in one zip code. That's everything available in the city that I chose. So hopefully that helps you. I'm just going to make sure we're just about done. Thank you guys for coming and all the shout outs. I did not get over to Facebook Live. I was on a little bit earlier, but I'll try to catch up with you guys that commented, or if there are any questions, I'll watch it. But I think we're good over here. So the last thing I'm going to talk to you about, of course I'm behind on my, so save the date is the next ZapTV, June 20th, 1 p.m. So please make sure you join us for that. If you have any comments or anything, don't hesitate to throw them on Facebook Live. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully you got something out of it. And we will see you next month. Thank you, guys.